Valley Cooks, and today we are making lard fried chicken. And believe it or not, it's called fried chicken with puffs and gravy, and it's fried biscuits. And it's in a 1966 cookbook under the Alabama section of the cookbook. Okay, it's a Woman's Day encyclopedia. And the first thing we're going to do is get over here and turn this on so it can start getting warm and melting our lard while we're battering up our chicken. Now we're going to make this just like the recipe says, and that is using lard, salt, and pepper. Well, I'm making some noise. It says they want you to fry it in a good bit of grease. Now, I didn't have bone-in chicken thawed out, y'all, and we are using what I had. And not only that, but I thought I had chicken breast and they're tenders. But to me, chicken's chicken. The key to it is that we're frying it in lard, and then we're going to fry up some lard biscuits. And you fry them in the grease that you fry the chicken in. Isn't that something? So we're going to get started. I've got creamed potatoes ready. I've got green beans ready. I got everything laid out. So we're going to get started doing this. I don't really need the cookbook. I know how to make it. It's simple. It's just old-fashioned salt and pepper, flour, and that's it. So this is for my biscuits, ain't it? Let me pour off this buttermilk. I had them sitting in some buttermilk. I'm just going to pour it off. And then we're going to batter these right in the same container that I had this in. I'll try to wash my hand off. I got some good dishwater run. We're going to salt and pepper these really, really good. And then we're going to coat them in some flour and get them over here in our lard frying. The good thing about not having to do bone-in live is that y'all ain't got to wait 16 minutes for the chicken to get done. That is a plus, you know. There's your salt. Here's your pepper. And you know, for chicken to be good, you got to have plenty of pepper on it. Now, like I said, this is all they used back in this recipe. It's just an old Alabama recipe. So that's all they used. They didn't use anything fancy in it. And so we're not either. And I think it's going to be really good to make some biscuits and fry them in the grease. I've never had fried biscuits before. I don't think. Be good. I'm sure.
That could be bad.
I know, really. So now we're going to put the self-rising flour on them. Now they used all-purpose flour and added baking powder to it. And I'm sure they do that so that their chicken's crunchier. You know, I've always told y'all that self-rising makes a crunchier crust, whether you're using it on chicken or vegetables to fry in, okay? And the reason it does is because it's got that, well, for one, it's got salt in it. That's good. For another, it's got baking powder in it, and that's good because it does make things taste better. So I'm just trying to, Chris, scoop me out a little bit more flour. I need a little, well, here's some over here. Never mind. Yep. I found some.
Okay. That thing said, when I was looking at that recipe, Tammy, to cover it and then take the cover off.
Cover what?
Like it said to cover the chicken.
Well, that's because they're using like bone-in chicken, yeah, Chris.
For like a, but it didn't say to cover it very long. It was kind of weird the way they did it.
Well, I'm not doing bone-in, so I'm not having to do anything like that. Now, if you're doing bone-in chicken, the best way to do chicken bone-in, in my opinion, is to go back and watch that video me and Chris did where I tell you, you don't have to spend a lot of money on the grease. Chris, I need some more flour now. This is all right here. Where I tell you that you don't have to spend a lot of money on grease, and you don't use much grease, and you use a lid on your chicken. And with the economy like it is, that makes a lot of sense right now. But now, they wanted you to use 2 inches of oil in this chicken because they want you to fry your biscuits in it.
Well, it was like a quarter chicken too. Like you were frying a whole chicken quarter.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm using what I got.
Yeah.
Chris went to the grocery store today. Let me tell y'all this. We are down here in Richmond Hill, Georgia, which is on the coast below Savannah. We have a hurricane coming towards us.
Tropical storm.
I thought they said it was going to be a hurricane. They're saying it's going to be a hurricane.
A tropical storm by the time
it's a tropical storm right now. But we will probably get tropical storm winds, not hurricane winds where we are. But with that said, Chris said that there wasn't even a buggy at the grocery store when he went today. And he had to go to the grocery store to get lard because I don't just have lard, okay? And that ain't going to be enough grease. Let me put some more grease in here. How much was this lard?
$10.
Really?
That's going to be careful.
I know.
Yeah, $10, and a little block was I don't know. It wasn't much. I mean, it was high.
I think that's going to be enough. I don't want to waste it as expensive as it is. And we still got to make biscuits. Don't you think that's enough?
I don't.
To fry our biscuits, you don't? All right, we'll put a little more in it.
A little more in there. Ain't like we're going to use lard every day.
Okay. Woo, you can smell that pig. Mm-hmm. Y'all, we grew up raising pigs, and I don't know. I've just never been one to use lard because I grew up, you know, with pigs, and Daddy would always fuss when something tasted a little bit off with the pig. He would say, and I'm going to say this because it's just the way Southern people are, and people, not just Southern people, but country people. He'd say, there's something wrong with that pig. She's probably in heat because this tastes terrible. That's what he'd say. So now when I eat pork, if it has a weird, wild, gamey thing, that's what I think of my daddy saying that. Yes, he did. My daddy was something else, and he still is. To tell you the truth. Honey, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. I got to get my stuff. All right, let's see how hot this is. Oh, it's warm. Let's get it in here, y'all. So we're going to fry up our chicken.
That's a good bit of chicken, ain't it?
Yeah.
More than I thought.
And then, whoa. One more piece will go in there. And then, now since these are tenders, like I said, it won't take them a real long time to fry. So I'll time them. Woo, you can smell that lard. Y'all. I can really smell it. Can you, Chris? Yep. Walk over there in front of it and you can smell it. Mm-hmm. Smell it?
Yep.
I'm going to tell you, y'all, it really has a different, distinct flavor, and there's a big difference in lard and shortening. A big difference. The smell and the flavor. I'm going to start mixing up my biscuits real quick while we're cooking up this chicken. We're going to use, since we're frying them in lard, I ain't going to use a whole lot of it. And this recipe called them puffs, but it ain't nothing but a biscuit fried. And you're supposed to fry it in the same grease you fried your chicken in.
No need to make a whole lot.
I know. I was just thinking that. I think I'm just going to make
a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make a whole recipe. If y'all want to know how to make biscuits, you usually use 2 cups of flour to a 1/4 cup of lard or shortening, whichever one you're using. Now, I will tell you this. Lard is sticking to this, and it's a heck of a lot harder to blend into your, I can tell you that right now, your flour. It's not as easy to blend in as shortening is. So if you're not good at blending biscuits, you might have to have some practice before you waste any money on some lard. Don't go out and buy lard to start with, unless you're good at it by then. But what it is it's thicker, and so it just don't mix in there quite as easy. My timer's going to go off, Chris, when it's time to turn those. Yes, sir, I do. So now we're going to put in buttermilk. Now when we fry our biscuits in this same, let me make sure it's not up too high. Let me turn it down a little bit. I turned it down just a hair. It's okay. It's looking good. It's pretty much deep frying.
Yeah.
But anyway, when you fry these biscuits, what was I going to say? I don't even remember.
You're pouring the buttermilk in, and you said something about when you fry these biscuits.
I know, I'm crazy. I don't even remember what I was going to tell y'all. Sorry. But you know, when you get to be my age, I am 55. If you wonder how old I am, I'm 55. I was born in 69. Chris was born in 1966, which is the date on this thing.
Huh.
On the recipe book. That's the year on it.
Yep.
You'll put that in the sink for me? It says to pat these out a ½ inch.
Okay. There's your
Time.
timer.
Time, y'all. It's time.
Oh, those look nice.
Oh my gosh. The texture on that is so different. Frying it in this. I mean, hugely different. It's super hard and crunchy. To stick this thing through, y'all, it's totally different than frying in oil and shortening. Totally. I'm telling you, there is a big difference. I can tell already. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Chris, I will let you fork it just so you can tell the difference.
You want me to?
All right, we're going to pat these out a ½ inch.
You want me to put that timer on, or we don't?
You can put it on 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
We'll make sure they're good and done.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Do you need me to do it?
No. I just pushed the wrong button.
You press kitchen timer 200 start.
I did it.
All right. It says to make a 2-inch biscuit, and that's about the size of this, which is really big.
Yeah.
Ain't it?
Yeah. Big little biscuit.
So what we're going to do is fry these in that chicken lard fat. If you had this growing up, I don't know why I'm screaming, but I am. I'm excited because I'm making something new. If you had this growing up, if your mama used lard, let us know. If you still use lard, let us know. And if you've ever had a fried biscuit like this, let us know. Did your mama ever fry a biscuit in the chicken grease? Most people will go, if she did, they probably still ain't alive. That's probably what they'll say. But everybody's made different. God makes us all different. Some of us can eat terrible stuff and have great cholesterol, and some of us can't eat nothing and have terrible cholesterol. You just don't ever know how we're made.
You want paper towel to put under this thing right here?
No.
No?
Since that's lard and that's cast iron, I think it'd be good to condition it. It ain't going to hurt it to get some grease on it.
Okay.
I want you to fork these. You can do it while you're still videoing it. Just feel the difference in the outside.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that something?
Yes.
The difference?
That, you want some crunchy chicken, apparently.
Man, that is crunchy.
Lard's the way to go.
If you can afford it.
If you can bite through it. You got soft teeth.
I know it's super crunchy, ain't it?
Don't.
All right. Let's put these out. Come on over here, baby.
Okay.
We're going to get these out.
That's a pretty piece of chicken. Somebody the other day said they thought it was funny how he said the feed was pretty.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I say
It's
good
pretty.
looking, too. Man, that's good looking chicken.
Uh-huh. Handsome. It's
Good
handsome
looking.
chicken.
Good looking chicken. Now, when we make these biscuits, I think that's what I was going to tell them a while ago.
Okay.
We got to be careful and make sure that they cook long enough. Uh-oh, we got to turn that back up. We got to make sure that they cook long enough to get done on the inside, you know, because that's a pretty big biscuit. I'm going to put a little bit more lard in there, y'all.
I wonder if it heats up and cools down faster than
Shortening
grease
or oil?
or
Probably not. Where's
No.
my... Now, you got to be careful when you do this. You don't want to put any water down in there.
Nope.
My other spoon's got water on it now.
Sure.
I'm going to have to let that heat up, y'all, to put all this cold chicken in it. It's not real cold because I sat the chicken out and let it get to room temperature. We're also going to make gravy. So you'll fry your biscuits, then you'll pour off your lard and leave the drippings in the bottom and leave just a little bit of lard in there, and then you're going to make gravy. Yep.
Flavor City.
Flavor Bomb. Who else on here today? Y'all tell us where you're from. Is anybody saying, can you tell if they're commenting and said they had any lard
I'm having a hard time seeing it.
growing up?
No, nobody said anything yet about that. That I can see.
Okay.
Now, we have people a lot of times, and they'll comment, especially when we make biscuits. Not so much about frying, but they'll, want to make biscuits with the lard,
Right.
which is what my grandmother did. Made them with lard.
I have to say, my grandmother and my mother always used shortening. Crisco. That's all they used. They didn't use lard. Now, when they were kids, I'm sure they did. They didn't have a choice. Now here's our biscuits we're going to make. I'm going to clean this up a little bit. Go ahead and set that timer, baby.
Okay.
Set it for 3 minutes, I guess. Y'all, it's really smart to time your
Chicken.
chicken. I tell you what I'm going to do. I really am going to do this today. With groceries being as high as they are, we are going to sift this flour to make our gravy, so we're not throwing it away. Why not? When it's time to make our gravy, I'm going to just sift through this,
Gotcha.
use it, and that way I'm not throwing it out.
Gotcha.
So if you're just tuning in, this is Collard Valley Cooks, and we've been cooking for since 2017 on YouTube. I hope you hit the like and subscribe button today. If you have never subscribed, the majority of y'all that watch never subscribe. It would be great if y'all hit that subscribe button for me today. We're having creamed potatoes. I've already creamed them. There they are, with some butter. We got them done. We got green beans done. We're making fried chicken in lard. We're going to fry biscuits in this lard and then make gravy. We got it going on today. I'm going to scoot this back here. We're going to be using this a lot today.
I'm going to take a bite out of one of them pieces of chicken.
You are?
Yeah.
You just can't wait, can you?
Because I have to.
He just can't wait. What do you think? Is it good?
Oh, yeah.
Is it? Woo. Buttermilk.
That's good stuff.
Now, some people will be like, you took flour off that countertop and you're going to use it in your gravy. Well, heck yeah, you are. I washed my countertop before I started. My biscuits are sitting on it. I'm going to put some stuff up, y'all, and clean up. You always clean up while you cook if you're a smart cook. And that way you don't have as much to do when you're done. Always.
It's real, that chicken's tender too.
It,
Yep. Good stuff. Good stuff.
it's about time to flip them, y'all. All right. 5. If you're making chicken tenders, and especially if you're deep frying them, they're good and done. I usually cook them 3 minutes and then 4 minutes, or 4 minutes and then 3 minutes. Either way, around 6 to 7 minutes, according to how big they are. That's a pretty big one right there.
Okay.
I'm going to do that, baby. You just get over there and
video.
let them watch.
All right. Y'all watching? The dogs are watching.
Look at that. Did you bite off of that and put that back?
I did. You may have to bite off of it now.
That's really tasty. I mean, you can taste the lard. Oh, it's really good, y'all. Now, you can't do this all the time.
Yeah.
You can't cook with lard all the time. But on occasion, on special occasions, do you know that on Christmas morning was about the only time my granny made fatback? And some people call it strickling. Ain't that what they call it, Chris?
Strickling, yeah.
Our whole family went down there on Christmas morning. Sorry. What's up?
Now, some people think you shouldn't cook with, like you get all kind of different. And,
And she would make that just on Christmas morning. And, honey, she had, I think there was 4 boys and 1 girl. All of them had about 3 or 4 kids apiece, except for one. He didn't have any kids. And we would take our baby dolls down there with us because it would be Christmas morning. And I remember being little and couldn't wait to show off my baby dolls.
Huh.
We'd always get 1 baby doll every year. Still got 2 minutes. I'm just going to flip it. Sometimes I flip it during. See, now it's starting to get brown. I'm going to turn it down. Because when we get ready to fry our biscuits, we don't want it too hot. Because you want the biscuit to get done in the middle. But we're about to drop biscuits in here, y'all, and fry them. But anyway, them men, my uncles, would run into that kitchen like it was candy.
That's good stuff.
They would.
You're not used to eating it.
Like it was candy.
I don't know how people could eat it every day. It is so strong and salty.
So that lard tastes salty to me a little bit. I don't know if the regular, I'd have to taste it out of the thing to see if it is.
I like it. And
it was either that or I salted that a lot. I'm going to taste it and see, y'all.
The crust is not as hard as I thought it was going to be. It softened up once you got it out of
No, it don't have any salt in it. I just salted the chicken good. That's all that amounts to. I'm ready to get this out. It's done. Y'all ready to drop some biscuits?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know what temperature to cook biscuits on. I ain't never fried biscuits before.
Well, I guess that's why they wanted you to make them kind of thin.
Well, I did it like they said.
Yeah.
They said a 1/2 inch thick.
Yeah.
And that's about how thick they are.
Okay. Follow directions.
Yep. That looks like a chicken liver.
It does, doesn't it?
I need to make some chicken livers for y'all, but you know what? Me and Chris will need them.
I don't care.
So I just hate to waste them. And then who's going to taste it when I'm done?
Here we go.
Have you
Fried
ever?
Biscuits. We're following the. You want to show them that cookbook once we get these?
In a minute, yeah. You really need to let them watch this. They probably ain't never seen a biscuit fry before. And these ain't canned biscuits neither.
I've never seen a biscuit fry before. Watch it not for myself.
Wait, I can get you over here, I think, mister. Or can I?
Oh. Yeah, I'd leave them alone. If we
Oh. Now,
Look at them. They sorted themselves out.
let's see what it looks like. Oh my gosh. That is pretty. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit. All right. If you're just coming on, we are frying lard biscuits in lard that we just fried chicken in. And then we're going to make gravy. This is a special meal. Look how pretty that is. Oh my stars. And let me show y'all this recipe real quick, and then we're going to have to flip them suckers. I have a Woman's Day encyclopedia. It's old, 1966, and it has a bunch of different volumes, and it goes through the encyclopedia of cookery. So anything that starts with an A starts in here, and Alabama just happens to be in here because it starts with an A. And on page 22, it says fried chicken with puffs and gravy. And that's what we're making today. Fried chicken with puffs, which are biscuits.
Oh, Tammy.
And gravy. So we're going to turn these.
Look at that. Wow.
Biscuits. I'm trying to turn them in the order that I put them in there. That's how you're supposed to turn stuff, in the order you put it in. Now this ought to be something new that you hadn't seen or had before.
For some reason, I'm not able, like, I know y'all are probably making comments.
He can't see the comments.
It's not doing the comments.
I'm
right.
sorry, y'all. Sometimes everything don't work just right.
So I hope y'all are being nice, because I don't know what you're saying.
I hope there ain't no crazy man on here. If there's somebody crazy,
y'all ignore it.
Y'all just ignore it and don't fight back with them. We'll delete it when we're done.
Stay away from it.
Don't join in on the fun. They don't bother us. We've been around long enough that they don't make no mind to us. Now, I'm going to turn my grease down. Now, look, y'all, when you fry something like this, whether it's chicken or biscuits, you've got to regulate the temperature. And the only thing I know to tell you is when you first put it in there, no matter what you're cooking, the grease is going to cool down a little bit. And then once it's been in there a couple of minutes, the grease is going to heat up. And the grease breaks down a little bit. I guess lard does the same thing. See how that's already browner than the other side got?
Yeah.
So I'm going to flip them.
And somebody donated $50. I don't know.
Holy smoke, Olas. They bought our lard.
I don't know who you are, but thanks.
Yes, you just bought our lard.
That's why I was trying to see the comments. I wanted to see
and our
who
chicken. If you want us to do more videos like this, that's old-fashioned like this, y'all let us know. Me and Chris can eat it.
We don't need to eat it too much.
We can eat it. Y'all let us know if y'all like stuff like this, because this is something a lot different. And you know what? Most of these cooks, and I'm just being real, they record everything and show it to you. I cook live, and sometimes I make mistakes, but that's real life. But the good thing about cooking live is, you know, I can cook. I know I'm a little loud and wild sometimes because I get excited, but you know, that's just the redhead in me. All right, here we go. We're going to take these out. I think they're done.
You can't get excited about a fried biscuit. What can you get excited about?
Should we have one and make sure it's done on the inside? Because we've never done this before.
Yes, let's check it out. Get your knife.
Let's slice into it, y'all. Just see. I'm dripping grease on the floor.
Let's see what we got. I bet it's perfect. No, it's raw.
It's raw.
Woo, it's a good thing we checked that one.
Yep.
Put them back in there, Tammy. Everybody calm down.
You got to let it cook, y'all. Look at there.
See how that one puffed up, though? I wonder if
Look
we should
how pretty it is. It's just got a little bit of raw right in the center.
I wonder
if
we should have cut them even thinner.
No.
You don't think?
No, you just got to be patient.
They really puff up, don't they?
Yeah, they're pretty.
That's why they call them puffs.
That is.
In the recipe.
Now, that's out of it, and you can
Let's see.
see.
That's a real nice looking.
It's pretty. And it's going to be good. Don't y'all wish y'all could get a bite? I wish y'all could. I'd feed you. Now, I'm going to flip them back over.
That was the fattest one, though, wasn't it?
Yes.
For sure.
Well, this one's pretty fat.
Oh, yeah.
There's about 4 of them that were really tall, and I think the last 2 I cut were a little skinnier.
Okay.
I think all the ones that I first cut were thick.
Mm-hmm.
I cut them a 1/2 inch like they said.
Yep.
Now Chris is digging into that.
I can't help it. I got to.
So y'all regulate the temperature.
Oh, Lord.
How is that? I bet that's really good. I mean, really and truly, y'all, it's like frying a donut, a cake donut, except better.
A biscuit donut. It's delicious. But since my grandmother made Lard biscuits, that's
I have to say, even I like that.
I mean, that's good.
Yes, it is.
I don't know why you need gravy with all this.
It's so flaky, y'all. It's delicious. Yum.
I don't even know what to say.
Now we're going to taste another one. I'm going to get everything in my kitchen dirty before it's over. This one looks pretty tall.
I bet it's ready now.
Probably is. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it's done. And I would think when they're sitting there, they're so hot.
Yeah, they'd
probably cook a little bit right in the center while they're sitting there. These are not as tall.
I'm sure.
Let me move this out of the way. We're going to make some gravy, and we're going to make a plate, y'all.
Wait. I'm not going to be able to eat the rest of the day.
No, you can't.
One meal for the day.
Man, them are pretty. Okay. We did it. We did it. We did it, girls. Now, what am I going to pour my lard in? Definitely want to save it. I'm pouring this. If you're going to pour something hot in something, make sure it's thick. As cold as it is in our house, it probably ain't the wisest thing to do, but we keep our house cold.
You want me to
what?
move that cookbook?
Y'all, I'm going to take some of this out of here because I don't want all those drippings in there. Chris, you need to get over here before this burns me.
Okay, I'm ready.
Now, I want some of this out of there.
You gonna do that?
Hand me one of those grates over there. A grate. And put right here for me. I don't want all these.
You could just pour it all out and take a paper towel and wipe it out.
That's what I ought to do.
And then put some grease back in it.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
That way you won't.
Y'all, there's so many drippings down at the bottom of that because of the way we fried that chicken. There was so many pieces. So there's a good bit of flour down in the bottom of it, and I don't want all that in my gravy. And a lot of y'all are probably thinking, why not? That's the good part. Well,
that's a lot of good part.
There's a lot of it still on the side of the skillet. I mean, really, we could use that part.
That amount?
I mean, I could take out a little bit if you want me to.
Okay. I'm just saying.
I mean, that's the whole point in this recipe is we're supposed to make it like they would have made it, and they would have ate most of this.
But it's, yeah.
It's hot.
It's hot.
Hot stuff. Let me put this on this sink. This probably shouldn't be on my counter that hot. Y'all are just having to be patient with me. It's not something I do every day. A good old Formica countertops. Nobody thought I should get them. That shows how old I am. I'm old enough that I still wanted Formica countertops. Most people think I'm crazy, but I love them. Maybe they'll come back in style one day. You never know.
They are back in style.
They're back in style at my house.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. We'll make some gravy with our drippings. I mean, not our drippings. Our drippings from our chicken. I need my gravy whisk, baby. Now you want that to brown a little bit. Put some salt and pepper in it. Salt. Pepper. I don't know how long it's taken us to make this, but man, if we'd have done bone-in chicken, it'd been twice as long. So y'all should be glad we didn't. I'm turning it up. We're going to get this browned up. You want to brown your flour because it'll make it taste better. And you can get your drippings off the side. See, there's still some on the side. Once I add that milk in there, I'll get some of that off too. I think I'll be able to pick that. That skillet's so big.
Pretty heavy.
It's hard to pick it up too, y'all. It really is.
You want something to pour it in?
What? The gravy? I got something, baby.
Oh, you're going to use the milk?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Why is it taking it so long to brown? There it goes. Now it's doing it. Now it's doing it. I don't know if I got enough in here for 3 cups of milk. I think I got enough in here for 2 cups. I'm going to use that once it thickens if I need it.
Chew! Whew. Must have skipped in that pepper when you...
If you're wondering what type of skillet this is, it's a Lodge. It's 3 inches high, 10 and 10 inch. It's a 10-inch Lodge skillet that's 3 inches high, and it's my favorite size skillet. If you don't have one, don't think you can't get one new and it not work good, because they work just fine. They make pretty cornbread. They're great for frying chicken. Oh, just wonderful. I'd rather cook in my cast iron than anything else for the most part. All right, I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to leave it in here, Chris. I'm just going to leave it in there. I think it'll be fine. All right. We're going to have this old-fashioned meal and use some silicone. How's that? All right, let's make us a plate. Y'all ready? We'll get us a Lard plate since this is an old-fashioned meal. Cream potatoes. Fried chicken. A cream puff. Oh, it's not a cream puff, it's a fried biscuit. A fried lard biscuit. Let's get the one that's halved. You want gravy on it? A little piece?
Well, yeah.
You want gravy on your potatoes or just your biscuit?
Just the biscuit.
Now you can put gravy on your chicken if you want it, y'all. Then we got some green beans. And there you have it. Look at that biscuit. It's crunchy and delicious and flaky. Now that is a meal. I'm just going to take my biscuit and I'm going to dip it in this gravy and I'm going to get a bite for y'all. Y'all are going to wish y'all were here. I'm telling you. If you've never made this and you want to make it for a surprise for your wife or your husband or whoever, your kids, just one time a year, I would say this is a 100 out of 100, 110 out of 100. It's delicious. I must confess. You won't find a better meal than that. You know what? That's a good one. Y'all have a wonderful day, and we thank you for watching Collard Valley Cooks, where we cook old-fashioned recipes like Mama did. Bye, y'all. Love ya.